Okay, just want to respond to the live stream that was done by Shon. It was a very, very entertaining live stream. Probably one of the funnest nights I ever had in a long time. And just out of fun's sake, let's shake the camera. Anyhow, I have a lot of fun with the live stream. So much fun with the live stream that I was cracking up about myself and was even laughing at myself, and it was so fun. So I was shocked how I was just laughing at myself because, and, if it was maybe 3 years ago or 5, 6 years ago, I probably would have took this video the wrong way. But relatively speaking, one, this uh, live stream slash video that I downloaded was very helpful. It gave me things that I didn't even know nothing about myself. So I can be able to do searches online as far as outside YouTube. And, just very thorough informations about my character that I didn't even know nothing about. And, I wanted to thank Sean Brennan and the names I've shouted out were actually real names. Troy Kimball is a man that operates that account, DJ Greenlight. Troy Kimball. Bill Billum is the guy that has that Captain Corpulence account. And let's see. So some of those names, all those names that I mentioned in the one video I had were real people. Let's see. What else I wanted to say? It's some things I remember in the screen cap. I will be doing more, and hopefully this time I'll be actually scripting when I say, because for the first time, uh, after watching that live stream, that's when I really need to script my shit before I get to do any sort of expert level kind of crap. But just don't mind if I shake this camera. I just like to make somebody seasick. No, that was funny. He kept saying, that, like, oh, this is about to get me seasick. What else that had I want to think about? Oh yeah, I actually he keeps saying that I stalked him to the place where I got his email address. Where I'm like, wait a minute, I didn't get your email address by searching your name. I got it from the video that George made in the Ray Eppelman account, where it says revealing information, Gorgeous George Show. And that's the video where George was talking about how Shon still lives with his parents and was showing the address and was comparing it together. And that's how I got Shon's email from. Oh, man. I had a feeling he was going to try to troll me. And I said to myself, if he does, it's going to be in a way that will help me. And sure enough, I was right. So I contacted him last night. One time contact, a formal contact, in his email address. And I told him sincerely, and I mean this, that this helped me more than what you realize and stuff like that. And I want to thank you for your time because I didn't expect this at all. I just was doing stuff and, I closed down this one channel I had and kind of maybe reinventing myself by calling myself not Legacy, but what's that name? Retarded Goon. That's the new account that I'm calling myself as. Because the term legacy actually believe it or not, is based upon something that is rememberable by people. And Piss 4400 was not rememberable. And I already knew that, but as far as a legacy, it was a legacy to me because of the personal reasons that I opened it in the first place. So I followed his subliminal advice, and yeah. Let's see what else. Talked about some lights here that was on a bike and a car. The light that you saw was a camera light that I'm turning on. You see the light? That was the camera light being on. See, my phone has a light where when something is recorded, I can either turn that night light on or off. And on my RC car, I had added some kind of reflector things where you turn the light on and it kind of reflects back to a light. That's what you're seeing. And the same thing with my bike. Then he gets into my bed as far as some stains, and a lot of those stains I had was from spilling stuff, soldering. I did so much work in that bed, it was not even funny. All kinds of work. I had all those toolboxes laying on the floor, if you not noticed, and I rarely even use that room because I've been, taking care of somebody that's sick and have to look after them pretty much 24/7 because they had gotten real sick to the place where, they need me, and, you know, I'm, kind of being a babysitter slash supporter, and, just, you know, things behind the scenes kind of crap. I forgot to shake this camera. I was gonna make someone seasick. Anyhow, yeah. But there are other things that Shon said that not only that I want to respond to, but I also anyway was going to review. I remember him saying something about an account that I made called Sarah Metz Fart Too Much, and I remember him making a quote saying that I made that account because I didn't get the fact that Sarah Metz was the good guy and not the bad guy. I'm thinking to myself, bitch, where the fuck did you get this information from? I did not say anything that Sarah Metz was a bad guy. I only made that up because Sarah Metz and Gorgeous George, all in relations to this whole uh, form of Gorgeous George and the Gorgeous George show. It had not a damn thing to do with what I thought of Sarah Metz, which I already got the joke. So I don't know what kind of idea that, or what person told you that I created that account, or no, created that name just to, I don't know. And then again, you got to keep in mind this guy is a troll, so he could have been saying that stuff just to see what I'll say. Shit like that. So, but yeah, there was a lot of. I mean, I can't think of them because one, I gotta watch the video, and two, to be honest, for the who, what, where, and how, I would have to write them down because I had to get my thoughts together. Because one of the reasons that I have to agree with is when I say stuff about who, what, where, and why, and if I don't say it exactly or just keep going on to the place where I don't get to the point of it, it's because of me trying to get my thoughts together. And I do agree with that. Seriously. Let's see. What's the other parts? I'm trying to think of some other things here. Never said I was a troll. Never said that. I said that some of the things I did was similar to trolling, but not exactly the same because it's different. And yes, it's true that when people troll folks, they do it for fun. They're not doing it to try to hurt nobody. Some people, but there are people for real, and I personally experienced this, that did it out of their own, just to hurt somebody. And you know, to each is his own. Now, knowing that, I understand where he comes from there. So, that is basically what it is. But other than that, I had a lot of information from this guy, and I didn't even do this account to get attention. It was astounding. So, soon as I heard about my errors and found out about them, I corrected them appropriately, whether someone looks at it a different way or not. Hell, if you make a mistake, you make a mistake, and you gotta face your mistakes, and you can either face it by being butthurt about it and whining about it, or you can just get your ass up and start correcting them and redeeming yourself, or whatever scenario that you're dealing with. So more to come about this soon. Somebody was talking about saying that I should do a live stream. And I'm thinking to myself, that might not be a bad idea. The other part that I wanted to say is the bias comment. And the other part, what I mean by bias, was the statements I made about like Shon being biased in the live stream show. And one of the things he said is that the reason he doesn't let me in his live stream is because he thinks that I'm going to comment on him every 2 seconds, when I visit his live streams in the past, I had never really intentionally visit just to talk to him. I'll be commenting about the videos regarding GG, and the same thing goes with Captain Corpulence and everybody else that would do the same shit that I do. So the fact that every time I make a comment, you have this fear that I'm going to make something in a way that I'm going to ask you a question and give assumptions based on stuff that happened in the past, is pretty much wrong. So what I mean by that is that whenever I go to a live stream and I'm making a comment about the clippages or videos or whatever you're showing, I'm not doing it to try to get to ask you a question, or I'm not doing it to try to, send messages every 2 seconds to bug you. I'm watching the live stream just like everyone else. And the fact that, you make those assumptions about me, and you actually even admit, on that, is number one, bias, and two, it's sad because, you know, there are people who've done some of the most dumbest shit, and granted, we all have behaviors and attitudes where we make assumptions and say, well, I don't want this to happen again. What this person done, I hope he doesn't do it again, kind of shit, and stuff like that. And he even admitted that he blocked me just to get me mad, which I wasn't mad because one, I think he has sense enough to understand where I'm coming from, and two, I watched a little of other people videos similar to myself and other people in a way that I understand how certain people like Shon work a little bit. Not 100%, but, you know, a little bit. So, no, I'm not perfect, but, what can you do? Retard goon. See you later.